Hey everybody, it's Rick from Elvis-A-Z. Welcome to my channel. I am back to doing some videos again, getting back into my series, breaking down the masters from the Guitar Man box set from FTD. I've done one video already where I covered the Guitar Man song and U.S. Mail, both songs by Jerry Reed, and had fun breaking that one down. I'm going to go a little more in depth this time. I'm also going to do 4 songs. So what you got to do, though, what I do is I break these songs down and review the construction of it, the instruments. I take out his voice. You hear just the instruments. So we gives you a little bit more of appreciation of what's really in the background, and really sometimes just how simple the background music is. And then you appreciate it a little bit more. And of course, then we're going to hear just Elvis's voice, and we all love just hearing that straight out with no backup. But the best way to get the appreciation of what I'm talking about is wearing headphones. You got to wear headphones. Now, you may wear earbuds. That's fine. You're going to get a better encompass if you got something that's covering your total ear. But earbuds will work. Just listening straight off of a laptop, you're not going to get it. But, watch it anyways, and maybe you'll come back later and listen to it through, a good set of headphones. So today, we are going to go and break down Big Boss Man, You Don't Know Me, Too Much Monkey Business, and You'll Never Walk Alone. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a little bit of the original release of each one of those songs by the artist, and then I'll play some of the part of the release that was done by Elvis, the masters. Then we're going to break them down, and then we'll come back and listen to the original masters again and see if you can pick out what we talked about. It's a lot of fun. It's very simple to break these songs down. So the first song we're going to do was recorded originally by Jimmy Reed. And that was in 1959, was when that was released, Big Boss Man. All right, guys, so let's take a listen at Jimmy Reed's version of Big Boss Man. Going to go to screen capture here. I am going to, I got that screen right. So before we get started into it, I need to get that down here. And let's review the notes here. So Big Boss Man was recorded September 10th, 1967. Did it in 11 takes, and that's a gas, man. 3.02 with count in. So just to let you know that, 1967, 11 takes. The 11 takes was the master. So close that out. So now let's take a listen to Jimmy Reed and his version of Big Boss Man.
Big boss man, can't you hear me when I call?
Is that snare?
Big boss man,
little guitar, and a bass, stand-up bass.
Can't you hear me when I call? Well, you ain't so big.
Little background.
You just talk, that's all.
All right, so that's Jimmy Reed's version. So let's take a listen to the version that Elvis recorded in 1967. Full version. Listen to that guitar.
Big Boss Man, can't you hear me when I call? Big Boss Man, can't you hear me when I call? Can't you hear me when I call? Well, you ain't so big, you know you just tall, that's all. Alright.
All right, so we got a feel of the original. We're going to come back and listen to it all the way through, but I want to break it down here now. So we're going to start off here now with the no vocals. It's just the background. It's just the music. No vocals. And we're going to try to pinpoint the instruments that are in this song. Let's go. Acoustic. Bass. Another guitar. Another guitar. Saxophone. I want to pause that for a second. I want to see. Oh, no, let's just go. Harmonica. Okay, guys, I got to stop for a sec. I got to find something here. Let's go to the files, session notes. Oh, Jesus. Come on, sessions. No, that's September. That's January. I want September. There it is. Is that it? Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what that instrument is. Doesn't quite sound like another harmonica. Saxophone, steel guitar, organ. I guess it's another harmonica on it. September 11th. What were the sessions? Yeah. Saxophone, steel guitar. Yeah. And Millie Kirkham, one of the backup singers. So a little information there for you. I'm going to put that down so I don't have to pull it all up. All right. So now we've heard just the instruments. We picked out the harmonica, the saxophone, the guitar, left, right, all around. So you heard that. Now let's take a listen to just pure Elvis, and I'll probably have to jump a little bit because he's not singing right away. So let's see, where are the vocals? There we go. Solo, back. Let's go. I'm going to jump it to right here because that's when you start singing.
Big boss man, can't you hear me when I call? Big boss man, can't you hear me when I call? Can't you hear me when I call? Well, you ain't so big. You know you just tall, that's all. All right. Hey.
Okay, so we got you got Elvis's voice there. Not a whole lot of effects on it yet. But now, let's take a listen to the whole song through. Now that you've been able to hear some of the other instruments, pay attention not only to Elvis, but to the other instruments. We're going to play the whole thing through. I got a squeaky nose tonight. Sorry. All right, let's go. Big Boss Man.
Man, can't you hear me when I call?
Saxophone.
Big boss man, can't you hear me when I call? Can't you hear me when I call? Well, you ain't so big. You know you're just tall, that's all. Got me working, boss man, working around the clock. I want a little drink of water, but you won't let big girl stop, big boss man. Now can't you hear me when I call?
harmonica.
I said you ain't so big. You know you just tall, that's all.
Big difference from Jimmy Reed, huh? That's a sax.
Big boss man, can't you hear me when I call? Alright. You know you ain't so big. I said you just tall, that's all. Alright. I'm gonna get me a boss man. One's gonna treat me right. I work hard in the daytime, rest easy at night. Big boss man, can't you hear me when I call? Can't you hear me when I said you ain't so big. You just tall, that's all. Alright. Give me a boss man, the one that's gonna treat me right. Work hard in the evening, rest easy at night. Big boss man, big boss man, big boss man. Can't you hear me when I call? I said you ain't so big. You just tall,
All those
that's all.
drums. Charlie McCoy. Wow. Wow. Good one. The breakdown of that. Let me know in the comments what you think about that breakdown. I know I drug it out a little bit, but that was a good one. So let's see. Let's take a look at studio sessions for that. Well, the next song we're going to do here is going to be You Don't Know Me. And I want to make sure that I get... Okay, there it is. So this was done in February 1967. Done in 20 takes. The master was 20. A lot of false starts. So he didn't do it a complete 20 times. You got 45 seconds, 47. We don't have any copies. I may have those copies somewhere else if they were ever released. I don't know, but they're probably not, because this, where I get this source is very, very reliable. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 complete versions of it. So You Don't Know Me. So that's what we're going to do next. Let me minimize that. So You Don't Know Me was done by Eddie Arnold. Let me get rid of Jimmy there. You're going to find it very similar to how Elvis did it. My mom had this exact album here, and she used to play it all the time. It's actually a pretty good album. So what we're going to do is we are going to go to back to here, and let me get to the, there we go. You Don't Know Me. Nope, that's not what I want. I want the files. I want the break. There we go. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. I'll edit some of this out. So we're going to open up You Don't Know Me, and I need to swap over to that screen. Okay. So this syncs up. Let's start. That's Eddie Arnold, 1960. You hear the stereo.
You give your hand to me, and then you say hello, and I can hardly speak. My heart is beating so.
He did have a smooth voice.
And anyone could tell. You think you know me well, but you don't know me.
Okay, that's enough for Eddie. We're going to come back to you in a second. So next we're going to do the version by Elvis. This isn't the version that was in the movie. The movie version was a little bit different. So let's take a listen to Elvis's version real quick. Much deeper.
You give your hand to me,
Much smoother voice.
and then you say hello, and I can hardly speak. My heart is beating so, and anyone could tell.
So we'll come back to it and play the whole thing when we're done breaking it down. But what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to go back and forth between Eddie and Elvis. And they won't be exactly in sync, but they'll be kind of pretty close so that you can kind of hear, you know, left side, right side, but both in stereo. So let's just start off with Elvis. Okay, let's go all the way back.
You give your hand to me,
Now to Eddie.
And then you say hello, and I can hardly speak. My heart is beating so,
Back to Elvis.
and anyone could tell. You think you know me well.
There ain't no discussion on which one's better. So now, let's take a listen to it with no vocals. Let's take a real good listen to the instruments in this. Here we go. Oops. Come on, Rick. Bring it up there. Like I said, it's been a while. Here's a snare, guitar, bass, piano, guitar, electric. The brush. That piano is just smooth. That bass, that guitar, the lower strings. They do that by muting a string and hitting that string, just to let you know. Okay, so now, we've heard the music basically all the way through the same. You got a piano, you got electric guitar, you got the snare with a brush on it, and the bass, and that's about it. A couple electric guitars. Now let's take a listen at just the vocals only, and we know what that's going to sound like. Here we go. It's the intro. Sorry, I should have took you right to it.
You give your hand to me, and then you say hello,
Oh, hear the echo on it. Beautiful.
and I can hardly speak. My heart is beating so, and anyone could tell. You think you know me well, but you don't know me. No, you don't know the one
Back up.
who dreams of you at night and longs to kiss your lips
Isn't that beautiful?
and longs to hold you tight. To you I'm just a friend. That's all I've ever been.
Let me know down below if you could just listen to it like this sometime.
No, you don't know me.
Okay. You can't beat that. All right, so we've got it all. Let's put it all together, and let's listen to the whole song all the way through as it was recorded. You Don't Know Me, 1967 by Elvis. Solo, go.
You give your hand to me, and then you say hello, and I can hardly speak. My heart is beating so,
Keep in mind, this is opposite to you.
and anyone could tell. You think you know me well, but you don't know me. No, you don't know the one who dreams of you at night.
Beautiful song.
And longs to kiss your lips.
Sometimes I forget about this song.
And longs to hold you tight. To you I'm just a friend. That's all I've ever been. No, you don't know me. For I never knew the art of making love, though my heart aches with love.
Can you hear the instruments now? That snare right behind the back of your head.
Afraid and shy,
Get to
I let my chance go by. The chance that you might love me too. You give your hand to me,
up a half a step.
and then you say goodbye. I watch you walk away beside the lucky guy, to never, never know the one who loves you so. No, you don't know me.
Wow. Nothing more to be said about that. You can't beat that. That's in Clam Break. That's the best song in the whole movie, as far as I'm concerned. I think it's just the whole scene in the boat room and the connection between him and Shelley. It's just wow. All right, so that covers that one. Next one we're going to do is Too Much Monkey Business. This one was recorded by Mr. Chuck Berry, written by Mr. Chuck Berry. And let me verify something here. I do believe it was done in the 50s. 1956. I need to take all those. Let's do, that's a solo there. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I am going to take us over to that screen capture. All right, so 14 takes to the master, on Dub Master. Some of the takes, that's a lot of false starts. I even did it completely twice, looks like. Before you come to me, use a bitch. That's what I love about the sessions, because you get a lot of the talk in between. And I will be doing a series of the outtakes, so I'm going to get as much of the chatter in between. They did delete. They did omit, or I should say, censor also some of the language in the FTD one. But I happen to have the original ones with the original language. So that's Too Much Monkey Business. So now what we're going to do is going to get me over to my screen here, and we're going to do Too Much Monkey Business by Chuck Berry. Now this is really, really different. Chuck Berry. Nope, sorry. Dumbass. Chuck Berry's above. Usually I have Elvis on top. I'll have to edit that. I got a lot of editing, guys, today, so you're going to see a lot of blurs and transfers. But forgive me. I had a rough week. Just joking. Chuck Berry, Too Much Monkey Business. Standard Chuck Berry, that guitar intro.
Running to and fro, hard working at the mill, never fail in the mill, here come a rotten bill. Too much monkey business, too much monkey business, too much monkey business for me to be involved in. Salesman talking to me, trying to run me up a creek. Say you can buy it, go on, try it. You can pay me next week. Ah, too much monkey business. Too much monkey business. Too much monkey business for me to be involved in. Blind hat.
Standard Chuck Berry sound, you know. Chuck Berry is credited with a lot of good songs. Maybelline, Memphis. You know, Elvis actually sang both of those. He did Too Much Monkey Business. What else did he do by him? Of course, Chuck Berry also had the #1 song that kept Elvis from hitting #1 with Burning Love, My Ding-a-ling. But Chuck Berry, he wasn't the greatest guitar that ever lived. He just had a style. Most of his stuff was the key of B flat, A, B flat, and just, you know, standard licks. But he had a sound, and he was popular, and he had a great sound. You know, don't change what's working for you. And he didn't. Anyways, that's Chuck Berry. All right, so now we're going to do a version, the version by Elvis. Quite different here. Let's take a listen.
Salesman talking to me, trying to run me up a creek so you can buy it, go and try it, you can pay me next week. Too much monkey business. Too much monkey business. Yeah. Too much monkey business for me to be involved in.
Okay, guys, so we're going to come back to that and play the whole thing through. But what I'm going to do now is we're going to do it without the vocals. Everything else but the vocals. And let's take a good listen at the instruments. Acoustic, guitar, bass, drum. That's an acoustic strum. Oh, yeah. Basic, just basic. Little piano. I love that. Very basic, guys. He just got 4 instruments there that I can hear. There may have been more, but they just backed them out. What really makes this song, as we all know, is Elvis's voice. So let's take a listen to Elvis. Just Elvis.
Salesman talking to me, trying to run me up a creek so you can buy it, go and try it, you can pay me next week.
Echo.
Too much monkey business. Too much monkey business. Too much monkey business for me to be involved in. Blonde haired, good looking, trying to get me hooked, want me to marry, settle down and get a home and write a book. Too much monkey business. Too much monkey business. Too much monkey business for me to be involved in.
All right, so basic instruments, just basic. And now we're going to finalize it all and listen to the whole thing through, just Elvis's recording all the way through. And let's just hear it all. Much fuller when you pop his voice in there. Here we go. Love that guitar.
Salesman talking to me, trying to run me up a creek so you can buy it, go and try it, you can pay me next week. Too much monkey business. Too much monkey business. Too much monkey business for me to be involved in. Blonde hair, good looking, trying to get me hooked, want me to marry, settle down and get a home and write a book. Too much monkey business. Too much monkey business. Too much monkey business for me to be involved in. Payphone, something wrong, dime gone, wheel me, order, sue the operator for telling me a tale. Too much monkey business. Too much monkey business. Too much monkey business for me to be involved in. Been to Vietnam, been a fighting in the war. Army bark, army chow, army clothes, army car. Too much monkey business. Too much monkey business. Too much monkey business for me to be involved in. Working in the filling station, too many tasks. Wipe the window, check the tires, check the oil, dollar gas. Too much monkey business. Too much monkey business. Too much monkey business for me to be involved in. Blonde hair, good looking, trying to get me hooked. Want me to marry, get a home and settle down and write a book. Too much monkey business. Too much monkey business. Too much monkey business for me to be involved in. Too much monkey business. Too much monkey business. Too much monkey business. Too much monkey business.
Great version. You know what, guys? I gotta check something here because it's driving me batty. All right, guys. So I took a pause there because I need to look up something. There's an instrument in there that I keep hearing, and what I'm going to do, just for my sake and my sanity, I'm going to go to no vocals, and there's a little bit of an instrument over here, and I looked at all the instruments there. There was a steel guitar, but I don't think that's it. I just think somebody's using the guitar for the sound. So I'm going to try to pinpoint it here, and let's see. It won't take about a minute here. Right there. Yeah, that's a strum. That's a soft, it's kind of almost a muted strum. I couldn't tell what it was while we were listening to it. Listen to it again. So you could hear it in your left ear. Right here. Okay, now listen to it. We're not going to play the whole thing, but listen to it now, full version, and see if you can pick it up.
Salesman talking to me, trying to run me up a creek so you can buy it.
Yeah, that was driving me bats. Batty. So that was Too Much Monkey Business by Chuck Berry. So last but not least, I saved this for last because it's such an awesome song. So the original was done by Mr. Chairman of the Board himself, Frank Sinatra. I think we all know who that is. We're going to go to the screen so you all can see. And now we are going to listen to you never. Now let's listen to Frank Sinatra's version. Done in 1945. Elvis was 10 years old when this song was recorded. Mr. Frank Sinatra.
When you walk through a storm, keep your chin up high.
He says chin instead of head.
And don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm.
I can't take any more. I'm sorry, I do not like that version at all. So let's listen to a little bit of Elvis's version, then we'll break it down. Acoustic.
When you walk
Bass.
through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm is a golden sky and the sweet silver soul.
Okay, so now we're going to break it down. Of course, we'll hear that whole thing all the way through here in a moment. So first of all, instruments only. I'm going to pick them out. Here we go. Beginning. Acoustic. Bass. Right now. Piano. Only 3 instruments so far. Jesus, that's beautiful. Okay, I got to see something here. Let's go to the notes. We got Never Walk Alone notes. So you all should see that, right? Yeah. So he did 8 versions. The final one was spliced together. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Elvis did do some piano playing on that on some of the takes. I'll have to check that out. But let's go back to, I know this is a rough video and I'm going to do a lot of editing, but I'm really trying to get more into it for you guys to understand. Plus, I thoroughly enjoy it. Let's take a listen to just Elvis's voice on You'll Never Walk Alone.
When you walk through a storm,
So pure.
hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm is a golden sky and the sweet.
Okay, real quick, I want to hear just the voice him on the end when he really brings it out.
Walk on, with a hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never
What can you say? I'm pausing for a second. All right, let's get back to the. I paused it there for a second because I kind of needed to collect myself. Something about the ending just gets to me. We're going to go to the main. Now, I also took a quick look. Elvis was the one playing the piano on it. I knew he was. He was the one playing the piano. And if everybody doesn't mind me indulging with me on this, but let's take a real quick listen to the piano on that just for a moment. I gotta get you guys back over to the screen capture, of course. And I'm just gonna do it with him. Elvis playing piano. Towards the end, you hear more.
Walk on with a hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk
So, from what I heard this week, it was passing it over to me, is that supposedly Lesley was the one who passed it on to me. So this is just, I don't, I want to hear it, but evidently Lisa Marie did do a duet with him on this song also. And it's in the can still. It's not been released. It was awesome. So wouldn't it be great? I would just love to hear that. It would really, I think that would really show us Lisa Marie's voice even more. Because I think she had even more of a powerful voice than what we heard over the years with her albums. So guys, that's 4 songs. I'm going to do 4 more. Hopefully the next week. Now that I've got everything set up, and I still got to tweak. I missed out on a few things, and I apologize because it's the first time I've done this in a while. But anyway, I appreciate everybody. Leave your comments down. Any questions? Any requests? Tell me if you didn't like it. Tell me why, so I can do something better. Like it for me. It helps me with the channel. And it's been fun. You guys can tell, this is enjoyable, breaking down the songs like that. And I hope you guys are getting something out of it. Just remember, listening to it with headphones, you just get so much more out of it. But you listen to it however you want. It's great. So, anyways, soon we're going to have a live stream this Sunday. A lot of new stuff. And Blue Moon guys are going to be there. Hopefully Rich will be back. I think he's been feeling better. So we will hopefully see you Sunday. If not, see you real soon. Bye.